tonight at 6, Rhythm and Booms makes a move to Lake Monona, and people around here say, bring it on.
And bring on the rain as well. Madison's summer tradition will undergo some big changes next year. Tonight we've learned Rhythm and Booms is moving downtown. Fireworks will be shot off from barges on Lake Monona, and Nolen Drive will also shut down from Lakeside to Willie Street. The event's also moving back to the Saturday before the 4th of July. That's a lot to remember, right? Well, Madison Festivals, along with city leaders, made that announcement today. The mayor says it will be the only fireworks display ahead of the holiday, with no show set at Elver Park. Now, this is the official 4th of July celebration in Madison, but there will again be new logistics to consider next year, especially off John Nolen.
The 2 inbound lanes will be for people to sit, bring chairs. We may possibly bring in bleachers depending on the plans, but they can camp out along Law Park and enjoy the show from there.
Food, drinks, and restrooms will be in the outer lanes, with another lane designated for police and fire. Organizers said that the celebration at Warner Park had evolved into something that was unmanageable and too costly to keep running in its current form. Theo Keith is at Warner Park after speaking with a Madison city leader who's upset about the Elver Park announcement, and News 3's Danica Lewis is at Nolen Park. And Danica, let's start with you. We want to know what people around there are thinking about the show coming to Lake Monona.
Well, Michelle, I can imagine now a little bit wet. We got some interesting rain that came through all of a sudden here, but you know, you'd think people would be turned off by the traffic, the huge crowds, the general hassle it is to put on an event like this, but the folks that we talked to are really all for bringing this event downtown.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, I would love it if it was right here on the lake.
Leigh Meier usually spends the 4th scouring the lake for a good spot.
We'll go out on that side and watch the Monona fireworks, and we'll go down by the channel and try and see the Rhythm and Boom fireworks.
This year, the pontoon won't even have to leave the dock. The show will launch from barges, close enough to Meier's lakeside court backyard.
There's always enough room. We'll squeeze together. I mean, a lot of people that I know in town were disappointed that the festival part of it ended.
That will all be back, taking over a 1.6-mile stretch of John Nolen. The road has been shut down before for races and other events, but not necessarily for food, drink, and fireworks crowds. That doesn't bother the Coliseum Bar.
For it to be across the street and them closing off John Nolen, it's going to be a lot more business for us, which we're actually excited about.
Unlike the lunch rush, the week of the 4th is usually slow at the restaurant. Manager Mike Klinkhammer already has some ideas to turn the volleyball courts into a kids zone and bring a DJ in for the deck. Klinkhammer says bringing those booms closer to him means bigger booms for business.
So I know that if people are going to be parking here, we know that we're going to get some business from it, and hopefully great business from it. So
perfect vantage point or not, Myers is happy the city found the fireworks a new home.
I think it's a tradition here in Madison, so I think we need to figure out some way to do it.
So Saturday, June 28th, already a special day for Rhythm and Booms, but also a very special day for a couple of brides right across at the Monona Terrace. We tried to get hold of the brides that actually have their wedding set on the terrace for that day. No luck getting a hold of them, but there's a plus and minus here. Free fireworks, but also some hassles probably with parking downtown.
Sure thing. And Danica, thanks for being a good sport with that quick moving storm as well. All right, now let's go to Theo Keith, who is sharing reaction from city leaders who are upset to see the Elver Park fireworks come to a close. And Theo, this is always a big production.
Yeah, and Michelle, now this is sort of a big side effect of the announcement that was made this morning. This is the fireworks that get lit off here are a big event here in the community that really bring this neighborhood together. The big concern here in the neighborhood, and it has been for a long time on the southwest side, leaders say, is neighbors getting to know their neighbors. That's one of the main reasons for the Meet and Eat, which is about a mile away down Raymond Road. So the question here is, the alder here says the fireworks should be downtown. That's great, but what's going to replace the Elver fireworks here?
I am committed to continuing to work to try to get the mayor to change course or to look for opportunities of what I and some of my colleagues as alders can do to ensure that to ensure that this event that our neighborhoods value so much is able to continue.
Now, the mayor says he's not shutting down any neighborhood from having its own fireworks. That's true here on the southwest side. The same goes up on the north side, where Rhythm and Booms was this year and for the past 21 years. The Madison Mallards, the mayor's office spokeswoman says, are considering having a smaller show at Warner Park. The similar sort of event could happen here on the southwest side if neighbors wanted to get together and find funding and so on. A Mallard spokesman was not available and couldn't comment today on the plans up here on the north side. And this is really just in the very infancy here on what to do on the southwest side. Michelle, back to you.
Sure thing, and certainly a lot of people are talking about it on our Facebook page. Theo, thanks.